5. Good luck.
Round 1 of the scheduled 12-round World Championship flyweight fight. The champ, Dalakian, in the white trunks with blue trim. The challenger, or excuse me, in the silver trunks with black trim, and the challenger, Akui, in the white trunks with blue trim. Christina Poncher and Sanisa Estrada here with you. And for Akui, stepping up to 12-round status and his first World Championship fight, you've been there before. What are those emotions like?
Yeah, the emotions are running high. You know, you have that pressure on you, especially fighting in your hometown, is to get that win and become champion.
Dalakian, a seasoned vet. This is his 7th world title defense, his 2nd consecutive defense away from Kiev. His last fight was against David Jimenez in Wembley. He won that fight by unanimous decision. Now having a defense on the road once again. And for Akui, this is his first fight in 11 months, but he earned that spot as the mandatory challenger, coming off a unanimous decision win back in February of 2023 against Jason Basin.
I really like Dalakian as a fighter. I really like his style. You know, he fights with a rhythm and throws punches at different angles, moves side to side, moves in and out. You have to make Dalakian come forward so he can't dictate the pace. And so far, none of his opponents have been able to do that.
22-0, 15 knockouts for the Ukrainian fighter by way of Azerbaijan. Holding a little bit here in round 1. Warning from referee Guillermo Perez about the headbutts. As Akui looks to throw that overhand right, and Dalakian is quite an elusive fighter. He has really good footwork. He works angles very well, so Akui's got to try to learn how to measure that distance there quickly.
Yeah, really good footwork, and he does this thing with his elbow that he just did there. Is he'll use his elbow to push himself in a different direction, or to push himself off of you and get a distance. Also on the inside, he'll do a little grab and turn.
And you catch him with his hands down a lot, right? It's just kind of how his style is. He kind of will lunge in sometimes, and he can't get caught. But it's really a style that he's become accustomed to, and obviously it's worked so far, as he's undefeated and a champion multiple times over. But it's not really how you would teach a fighter, a stance that you would teach a fighter.
Yeah, he has that Ukrainian amateur style that has just been brought into the pros. You know, they have that awkward in and out movement, side to side movement, hands down, counter punching, and he's perfected that.
プロ戦績は22戦22勝22勝のうち15勝がノックアウトによるものです。青コーナー挑戦者ユーリ・アクイ聖吾。
Now it's the Akui corner.
1995年9月まで岡山県倉敷市出身。
Akui too, like the fighter in our last fight, comes from a boxing family. Both his father and uncle were professional fighters. And like Dalakian, Akui hasn't really been active as of late either. I mean, he's only fought one time a year the last 4 years. So important for both of these guys to not only shake off some of that rust quick, but to just get back in the ring.
Yeah, and to be facing a fighter like Akui, I mean, to be facing a fighter like Dalakian, you have to have been active, because you need timing, you need footwork in order to beat a fighter like Dalakian. And I think from watching Akui, I think he's a little too slow on his feet, and just continues to walk forward. And that's exactly where Dalakian wants him. He's going to lure you in and counter you on the way in.
Dalakian looking to establish that jab, sometimes shooting it from the hip.
Yeah, Dalakian loves to change up the jab, shoot it from the hip, or different places to get you to think.
Very comfortable is Dalakian, moving around the outside. Not really letting the right hand go, though, behind the jab. Just one jab at a time. There's the right hand, shoots it down to the body and scores. Akui looking to establish some sort of rhythm, and right as he throws his jab, he gets countered by a jab from Dalakian.
Yeah, it's really hard to establish a rhythm against a fighter like Dalakian who's dictating the pace. When you're walking forward with your hands high, you're not going to get a rhythm. You have to use small jabs and smart jabs, and you also have to make the fight boring in the beginning of the rounds, even if the crowd's not into it, in order to get a fighter like Dalakian to come forward. But you could tell Akui is already doing too much thinking by pausing in front of Dalakian.
And maybe just pop the jab out there, use a feint, do something to kind of get Dalakian to think.
Yes, just continuing to just tap a small jab out there. Not even hard, just tap it out there to keep Dalakian, try to keep him thinking. But Dalakian he's moving side to side, and he's just waiting for the right time to throw a big counter.
Nice right hand scores there for Akui, even catching Dalakian on the retreat. "15 seconds left here in round 2. Just missing with the uppercut is Dalakian. Akui just too far and few between with his shots through the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, just missing those shots.
Sinisa, what do you think that Akui can do here to try to, cut the ring off and get some more punches landed, because he's having a really hard time of trying to establish any sort of rhythm here for the first 2 rounds? To throw off that movement, because he's kind of circling to the same side as well, around the outside of the ring as we get ready for round 3. Christina Poncher and Sinisa Estrada here with you. The WBA Flyweight World Championship on the line. Right now, the champion off to a good start. There's the stab jab to the body, just as we were talking about from Akui.
Yeah, good jab to the body there. I think at the same time, but jabbing to the body with a fighter like Dalakian could be dangerous as well, because he's so quick with the counters. But you got to jab somewhere, and if he just touches with that jab,
a clash of heads. And that happens sometimes in Dalakian's fights, though, because he does lunge in. And he'll lunge in with his hands down, too. So if they're coming at each other at the same time, they really got to be careful. Fortunately, it doesn't look like, we're watching from a monitor, so, it doesn't look like any cut had been open due to that clash of heads, thankfully. Akui trying to cut off the ring there, and the best flurry of punches, I guess, between both of them, but not a lot of clean punches there. Landed as Dalakian backs into the corner, trying to bait in Akui.
Yeah, Dalakian loves baiting so he can throw a quick counter.
There he just misses with the right hand. Right hand scores there for Akui. Not a devastating shot, but catching him on the way out. And that's kind of maybe where he's going to have success. I mean, we've seen a couple solid shots land from Akui when he catches Dalakian on the way out after throwing a combination. And just like that. I mean, not a hard shot, but that left hand scores.
Yeah, if he can continue to time it and counter him at the right time on the way out, he can land some big shots.
I mean, we talked about cutting off the ring, and one way you can do that, especially with a mobile fighter, I mean, you got to try to go to the body and slow him down.
Yeah, he's not cutting off the ring. He's not taking any steps to his right to try to cut him off, or doing anything to make adjustments to cut off the ring. And that's going to be a problem because Dalakian loves when somebody just follows them around the ring. Would tell him the game plan should have been to use a jab, use a smart jab, use a small jab. Even if you're not landing it, just stick it out there and take steps back to get Dalakian to come forward, and then try to counter him as you're taking those steps back.
Round 4 of the scheduled 12-rounder.
But I'm not sure what their game plan is, and their game plan should have also been to cut off the ring. He just got countered there with the right hand by Dalakian.
Maybe try to set up some shots to the body as well at this point. Really no work invested downstairs from the Japanese fighter through the first 3 rounds. Doing a better job here of cutting off the ring, but Dalakian, once he kind of gets back towards the ropes, holding now spinning off that exchange, but right back to the red corner.
Yeah, Dalakian,
lunging shot.
Dalakian likes to be on the ropes because he likes to lure you in and counter you. And on the inside, sometimes he does either the elbow push or holding on the inside. That way he can turn you or get that break.
There's some feints there from Dalakian, something that we thought we should see more coming from Akui. You can tell that Dalakian has a great sense too of distance, right? How to just get out of the way of these shots, but still somewhat stay in the pocket to bait you in for that counter.
Yeah, he loves to do that, and he definitely has a good sense of timing and distance.
Good job slipping that shot for Akui, but not effective on the counter as Dalakian throws the left hand. Just missing with the right for Dalakian. A couple shots and then right back out.
And right back to the ropes where he likes to be. And missing those big shots like that by Akui can take a toll on your endurance as the rounds go on.
Not a good thing for either fighter who hasn't been very active lately. It's not what you want to see, but this is kind of interesting too. I think Akui may be trying to pace himself a little bit as we take a look at the replays. There's a beautiful uppercut shot by Dalakian with the right hand, but from what I've seen of Akui in the past, he's a fighter that's known for being a pressure fighter and volume punches and combinations, and we have not seen that at all from Akui.
Yeah, I figured that Dalakian's style would take that away. His style is made for a fighter like Dalakian because Dalakian wants him to put the pressure, and he wants him to come forward because that's the type of fight he wants. He wants to dictate the pace, and he wants to counter you. He wants to lure you in with shots. and hit you from weird angles.
Round 5.
Round 5, and the challenger better try to pick up the pace here and get some of these rounds in the bag, because Dalakian has been able to dictate the pace through the entire first 4 rounds and has landed the more significant shots. Even though he's been on the move, he's had his back against the ropes, he's been in control.
And that's a tough thing to do with Dalakian's style after having a long layoff, is being able to stay on your feet and move like that for an entire 12 rounds.
Okay, no. Okay. Perfect.
This counter left to the body from Akui there. Just not enough in terms of an offensive rhythm.
Yeah.
Stab jab to the body from Dalakian.
As it gets halfway through the fight, coming forward and missing like this, the way Akui is, can get very frustrating and very exhausting towards the middle of the fight.
Oh, nice, beautiful shot gets in from Dalakian there with the right hand.
Love that counter and how he dipped out and got himself in a better position right after that.
Love how he just moved out to his left and then threw the left hand right there too.
Yeah, turn and counter, which is why he likes to be on the ropes. It's all, he knows exactly what he's doing. He loves to be on the ropes because he loves to turn you around and counter you just the way he did previously.
Yeah, that's such a great point. He has such a good sense of where he is in the ring, right? Right when you think he's gonna get backed up and in some trouble, like, nope, he's right around. He knows exactly where he is on that ring. Some blood coming from the nose of Dalakian here in round 5. The heads have come together a couple times within the first 4 rounds, and
Okay. No. Okay.
Guillermo Perez has, how to come in there and break him up quite a few times. That was like a home run. He was looking to hit with that right hand was Dalakian.
Just missed it.
Is there a fighter in your past experience that reminds you of kind of like the movement and that awkward style of Dalakian that you've had to face?
That I had to face? I feel like I'm the kind of Dalakian fighder because of my...
You're like, he is me and I am him.
Which is
you
why...
You in and out, you have a lot of movement side to side, yeah.
Which is why I enjoy watching him, because I can see how he dictates the pace with his footwork and how he makes his opponents go where he wants them to go. So yeah, that's really fun to watch. And, oh, beautiful counter and dip right under Akui's counter left hook.
I think you throw more combinations, though, than he has.
Oh, yes, my trainer would yell at me if I just threw one
You're a little
punch
busier than Dalakian's been so far. He's been effective. He's been economical with his punches. Round 6 in this World Championship flyweight contest.
Dalakian starting off on his toes, using a jab, trying to get Akui to throw something so he can strike and counter.
Right hand finally connects there, much to the crowd's delight for the Japanese fighter. Was able to time that shot, but Dalakian smartly holds and brings action back to the center of the ring. Those lunging shots too, right? I mean, not really how you would teach it. Most of the power comes from your base, but yet he's kind of up on his toes when he throws some of those shots.
Yeah.
Oh, nice counter with the left hand too from Dalakian. Jab down to the body for Akui.
Okay.
The referee sounded like me at home with my kids. No, 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 no. Okay, okay, fine. Okay, I've said no about 5 times.
Another nice right hand by Akui. He gets his shots in here and there, but it's just not enough.
Nice strong jab there from Dalakian. Uppercut shot with the right hand from the hip.
You know, I don't think Akui or his corner have any other instructions or way for him to fight other than just come forward and try to land big shots against Dalakian.
I think that's a good point, because round 1 for Akui has looked very similar to rounds 2, 3, 4, 5, and now 6. And maybe a lack of worldwide experience, if you will, for Akui. He's fought a lot of fights in Japan. He's fought some good fighters. I mean, come out on the losing end against Junto Nakatani, but so is everybody else for the most part. He is a force to be reckoned with. And then that fight against Yoshiki Minato back in 2019, where he got knocked out, or excuse me, he won that fight in the first round. That was probably the fight that put him on the map, but it was the loss before that that kind of caught everybody off guard. But there's a right hand that got in, but then just a counter shot to the body. I mean, Ayuki maybe gets in one good punch, but that's not going to get the job done.
Yeah, not enough to, definitely not enough to win the rounds and to get the job done. Those one punches at a time aren't affecting Dalakian at all.
Round 7.
As we get into the second half of the fight now, round 7, and Dalakian again circling to the left, circling to the left. Throws the right hand, connects there, and then exits same way, back out to the left. Jab down low. There he throws the right hand, does Akui. Keeps Dalakian in the corner for a minute. And then Dalakian just holds and brings him back to the center. He has an out every time.
Every time. That little hold he does is just to get the separation or to turn you so he can end up in the center of the ring.
Back to the left.
You know, Akui is the aggressor, but not effective. You know, you could be aggressive, but not effective, and that's exactly what's happening throughout this whole fight. Aggression, but no effectiveness.
You can tell he's definitely frustrated having to stalk and hunt down Dalakian round after round. So he throws the right hand there. Made him change directions though, because at least he threw the right hand. Blocked the overhand right there. Throws the left hand straight. And then lets him out.
Huge miss. Those misses get you very exhausted, especially when you're missing that big.
Nice right hand connected there for Akui. Again, he has bright spots. He just hasn't been able to put combinations together.
Yeah, and the right hand is going to be the most effective punch to throw against Dalakian. Watching his previous fights, whenever someone has caught him with big shots and good shots, they have been right hands.
Even when they split from the hold, he's open to the right hand because his left is so low. Right. He just took a half a step back and then came and countered with the right hand. It looks like that shot's there.
Yeah, that's why those jabs and those small step backs are going to get Dalakian to come forward. Especially if you make it boring in the beginning of the fight, Dalakian's going to have no choice but to put the pressure and come forward, and that's where you can counter him with the right hands and catch him with other punches coming in.
Things, yeah, about laying out and listening is listening to the corner instruction and what the trainers have to say, and unfortunately we don't have that advantage. Tweet me if you know Japanese and you know what they're saying. Let me know. Let us know so that we can tell the masses, right?
Is he saying jab, jab, take a step back?
Right? What is he telling him? That was a nice counter shot with the right hand. He landed there to the body on Dalakian.
Yeah, he's also got a punched with Dalakian on the inside. But that's hard because Dalakian, you don't know if he's going to grab and turn or if he's going to let some combinations go on the inside.
Caught him pulling back there with the left hand. Did Akui. And then a beautiful just up jab with the left hand scores for Dalakian. A body shot from Akui. Dalakian trying to work off the clinch.
Okay.
Again with a lead jab to the body from Akui. He's got to just start getting busy. Cindy says he's got to just start letting his hands go.
Yeah, those jabs to the body have been effective, especially when somebody...
And the right hand.
Nice right hand.
But he may have to take some, stand there and trade to get his shots off too. At this point, there has to be an adjustment that's going to be made if you're going to try to win a world title tonight. There. Let your combinations fly. That's what you do best.
Yeah, especially going into the late rounds, just, you know, now he's got to let those combinations go because that's his only chance of winning. And with Dalakian being out of the ring and inactive, that could take a toll on him.
He's been a bit busier, has Akui, in this round. There we go. Triple jab, right hand, nice combination. And kept him there with throwing the right hand. Again, and going downstairs to the body. Beautiful adjustment made. Didn't let him out as easy on that exchange. Hard shots there landed by Dalakian. He's able to deflect those shots, though, off the gloves as Akui then answers back with the right and a left of his own. Blocks the right hand there. You can tell the body language a little bit changed for Akui there. I think he felt like he had a better round. I felt like he had a better round.
Yeah, I think so far that might have been his best round. But he's got to keep that pace going in these last rounds here.
Throws the jab downstairs, misses upstairs, but kept punching, kept working, and was able to get the right hand through right there.
Yeah, that's what you have to do against a fighter like Dalakian is touch with 3 to even 4 soft shots, because you're not going to land those first 3 shots, but you could get in that last hard punch, just like he did there.
Round 9.
The family of Akui looking on ringside. He made a mention of how much this would mean to his family, his wife, his 2 children. The city of Okayama to be the first world champion from there, but right now he's dug himself in a bit of a hole through the first 8 rounds against the champion Dalakian.
Dalakian back on his toes, starting off the round, moving side to side.
Mostly to his left, like he's done the majority of the fight, as he shoots a jab to the body of Akui. He'll take a few steps to the right, throw, and then he circles right back to the left-hand side. I mean, it's a rhythm and a pace he's kept through the entire fight. Akui's got to make him go right. That way, right into his left hand, like that.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful counter shot by Dalakian. That's what you were talking about, bait him in, throwing the right hand.
Yeah, I love to bait him in and counter him with right hands.
Okay. Okay.
Gotta see some jabs from Akui.
Exactly.
He's just stationary and kind of not even giving. Dalakian's not even, doesn't even really have to think. He just has to react and counter.
He's got to get busier. You want to win a world title? You got to get after it. He had a solid round 8. You got to build on that. Right now, Dalakian just picking his shots, not really landing the cleanest shots here in this round, but still dictating the pace, moving around the outside.
Yeah, he's still much more active, even though he's might not be landing clean and flush.
Body work there after a nice combination was started by Akui. Not a lot of clean punches, but it's got to be a little bit frustrating too with Akui when he does get any sort of rhythm that Dalakian just wants to throw his shots and either move or hold.
Yeah, that's very frustrating, and Dalakian does that a lot. He doesn't want that contact because his game plan is to make you miss and make you pay. So he wants to turn you right away. He wants to grab you and turn you and grab you so he can get that distance.
Round 10 of this World Championship fight. The champion making his 7th title defense tonight, and a little bit off balance there is Akui. But it's Dalakian's fight right now. Nice combination there from Akui. You can just tell the difference in experience too, right? Although they have the same amount of fights pretty much. I mean, Akui has had 21 fights and Dalakian has 22. The amateur experience of Dalakian, the championship high-level experience. He's just a more technically sound fighter.
Yes, much more technically sound, and you can just see from the beginning that Akui just didn't have any answers for his style, and still doesn't.
Yeah, he knows when to get out, when to tie up, when to throw a counter, when to bait you in. Tying him and then throws the left hand, and then right back out. There it is again. That one got Akui off balance. It's a hard, straight shot.
Nice stiff jabs by Dalakian.
Oh, don't turn your back. It's dangerous.
Yeah, that's dangerous, very dangerous.
That time he tried to meet him there with the shot, kind of timed Dalakian, but still didn't throw the right hand to keep him exiting to his left. Oh, and a clash of heads there a bit.
Okay. No.
What's funny, Sinisa?
No. Okay. He's got to repeat it like 6 times.
Well, I mean, there's 3 different languages spoken right there. You also have a judge from the USA, Canada, Puerto Rico, referee from Panama, fighter from Ukraine, fighter from Japan. So, international affair. Okay, got it. All right, 2 more rounds to go in this 12-round championship fight.
There's that nice stiff jab by Dalakian there that throws Akui off balance. Here Dalakian luring him in, shooting with that stiff, hard jab.
Still to come on the night, coming up next, Tenshin Nasukawa taking on Luis Robles in an 8-round super bantamweight contest. And then our main event, the unified light flyweight champ Kinshiro Taraji taking on challenger Carlos Canizales. That's coming up in our main event. Still to come.
Round 11.
Championship rounds, uncharted territory for the challenger. And Akui has never been past 10 in his professional career. Let's see what he can bring in these last 2.
Oh, nice one too by Akui.
That's a beautiful start here at round 11. And if he can continue to carry that sense of urgency, he's going to need every bit of that as Dalakian holds and then brings action back to the center of the ring. Doubling up the jab, hooking it with it that last time, missing with the right hand. Down to the body with the lead left hand. Sinisa, at this point, as we get into the championship rounds, it's pretty fair to say Akui would need a knockout at this point to win the fight. Would you think?
Yeah, he definitely 100% needs a knockout to win. You know, he's starting off this round pretty good, but I think Dalakian is kind of slowing down a bit in these last couple rounds. You know, that's a hard style and a hard way to fight for 12 rounds, is being on your toes and being the one dictating the movement.
Yeah, and I had made mention of the fact that, you know, 36 years old, I was curious to see with the inactivity what his work rate and his, you know, tempo and everything was going to look like late, but it looks really good. Akui having a good round here. Crowd finally getting into it as maybe trying to encourage the hometown fighter.
Yeah, it's a good round for Akui. And I think
Oh, catches him on the exit there.
Like I said earlier, I don't think the age for Dalakian is a factor because he doesn't take lots of punishment in his fights. I just think the inactivity would be something that can, you know, slow him down or not make him be 100%. But if he was much more active, I think he could be much more sharper and even better than he is.
Yeah, 4 fights in 5 years for the champ it's not really what you want to see.
Yeah, this is a good round for Akui. He's landing most shots he's landed throughout the whole fight.
More blood coming from the nose of the champ, and throws the right hand and keeps him from exiting out to his left. And this is the kind of round that we wanted to see from Akui early on, these adjustments being made. Oh, catches him right there at the bell with a good shot too.
And I think Akui is only able to do this in the 11th round because Dalakian has slowed down in this round, is a little winded and tired from moving around so much throughout the whole fight. But great round for Akui. Landed the best punches he has throughout the whole fight.
Agreed. That was the most significant round of the tonight. As his children watch on, what greater motivation do you need? And to look over and see your kids sitting right there. 3 minutes left. Can the champion, Dalakian, remain undefeated? Give a solid close to what has been a solid performance for the champ. Nice combination there from Dalakian.
And even though this is the final round, Dalakian knows he's up, and he's not the type of fighter that's gonna put the pressure in this last round. He's gonna continue to fight the way he has and the way he's been winning throughout the whole fight, and that's continuing to box and move and counter Akui.
Perhaps not a style that appeases everyone. You know, sometimes you want to see a guy stand in there and fight and not just work his way around the ring and
yeah, that's definitely
walk away with a decision, but it's the smart thing to do.
That's definitely one thing I wish Dalakian did more was fight in the inside. Stay in there and fight, counter in the inside, go to the body, counter to the head, roll with punches, slip punches. But I mean, he does great from the outside, but I would like to see more of him, more of his inside fighting.
Dalakian holding, just letting those seconds tick off the clock, clipping him with a nice right hand there. 1 minute left. And a slip there in the corner. Maybe bought him some more time to tick off the clock, and 45 seconds left to go in this World Championship contest. And there's some more action as the challenger tries to push the pace here, but Dalakian continuing to move around the outside and smartly holding. Nice left hand.
I would love to see him just exchange on the inside and slip punches and roll with them and come back with counters. But, you know, that's not the type of fighter Dalakian is on the inside.
Down to the body. 10 seconds left in the fight now. Of course, there they bang, right? With 5 seconds left to the bell. Of course they do. As this one's gonna go to the scorecards, and Akui goes the 12-round distance for the first time as a professional. See how these judges have it scored. Your 3 judges, Raul Cais Sr. out of the USA, Jeremy Hayes out of Canada, and Luis Pavon from Puerto Rico. Neither fighter down, neither fighter really hurt over the 12-round contest. Dalakian, a solid performance, coming off a performance in his last fight against David Jimenez, where many people probably would say that wasn't his best fight, but looked good tonight and stuck to what worked for him.
Yes, yes, he's a fighter who definitely will stick to what works for him from the beginning to the end, because that's the style that he's perfected. And I really like Dalakian, but I would like to see how he performs against a fighter of a skill level of Bam Rodriguez, because those fighters are the ones who are going to be able to make adjustments against him, and I would like to see how he can handle that.
That's a good point. And Bam, the WBO and IBF world champion at flyweight. See how much longer he stays at that weight class, but nonetheless, that'd be a great matchup. And, you know, we need unification fights. Make it happen. Put the belts on the line. Why not?
I would love to see that fight.
But we got to see if he gets the decision here as we wait for the judges to tally up the scorecards. And Jamie Lennon Jr. will give us the decision. Looks like they're ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Raul Kai scores about 116 to 112. Judge Luis Pabon scores about 117 to 111. And Judge Jeremy Hayes sees it 119 to 109. All three in favor of the winner. And the new WBA
Oh my goodness. Whoa. Wow. Wow. Neutral judges, unanimous.